I want to bust 5 pieces of bad advice so that you can find sponsorship. My name is Ken Unger. I'm a sponsorship coach at Charge. If you're like me, you start any search for answers on things like Google Search, YouTube, or you comb social media. However, not all so-called sponsorship experts are created equal. I've been in the sponsorship industry 20 years, and I've helped my companies or my clients raise over $50 million in sponsorship. Now, I don't have all the answers, but I do know all the mistakes. I want to bust 5 pieces of bad advice so-called experts have given on YouTube and other social media that will help you not find sponsors. First, there's the expert that says you should only look for sponsors in your industry. For example, one of our clients is a professional angler. That expert would advise that professional angler to only look for fishing equipment supply companies. That's ridiculous. You're eliminating half your potential prospective sponsors by doing that. Plus, by only looking at fishing equipment suppliers, you're competing against every single professional angler because they are trying to find sponsorship with those same exact suppliers. Second, because all these anglers are going after the same equipment manufacturer, you're all commodities. That means since you're all struggling anglers looking for sponsorship, the lowest price rules. So those equipment companies will give you the least amount possible. And secondly, there are only so many fishing equipment suppliers, so your audience is small compared to what it could be. What do I suggest? Absolutely look within your industry for sponsors. Those are called endemic sponsors, and that is one source of potential sponsors for you. But also look outside these so-called non-endemic sponsors. These are sponsors who relate to your audience. Now let's stay with the example of the professional angler. People who love fishing do a lot of different things. They like the outdoors, they buy cars, they buy snacks. They do all these different things that have potential sponsorship links. So you're going to look for non-endemic sponsors outside that fishing industry as well. Look for a sponsor who wants to reach that audience. Second bad piece of advice, sponsors are not looking for exposure anymore. That's also ridiculous. Sponsors look for different things depending on the needs that they have. They're trying to solve a problem in their business. Some need more customers, some need more leads. Some want people to be aware of their service. Those particular sponsors who are looking for awareness or looking to inform potential customers of who they are and what they sell, they value exposure. The most important thing that you could do is ask your prospect what business challenge they're trying to solve, or better yet, through your research about prospective sponsors, you see whether it's in news articles or their social media posts, you know the problem that they're trying to solve, and you come with a solution in your sponsorship to help raise their business. The third piece of bad advice is sponsors don't care about social media. You just need to be a good brand ambassador. That's also not correct. I'll share with you a story from my sponsorship and endorsement past. I was representing an NFL player who was trying to get an endorsement from a really large car company. He was up against another NFL player for the exact same spot. How did that particular sponsor choose which NFL player they looked for? Only because of the size of the social media audience. My client was beat out because his social media audience had a smaller following than his rival. It is true that at times, sponsors are just looking for brand ambassadors, someone who's really unique, someone whose audience may be smaller but super engaged or super loyal. Social media absolutely plays a part in the sponsorship mix, and you should be working to make your social media audience as strong as possible. The fourth piece of bad advice, you have to have industry contacts in order to find sponsors. That's not true. I receive calls all the time from people who think that I know every single contact at every single company who buys sponsorship. That's not correct. What I know and what you can know is how to find that particular industry contact. Think of it this way. Even if I did know all the contacts at the largest companies in the world who buy sponsorship, They retire, they quit, they're fired, they take better jobs. There's movement all the time, but knowing how to find them through LinkedIn, through social media, through Google search, through a variety of means is the way to build your prospect list of who to sell sponsorship to. And the last piece of bad advice that actually comes from one of the biggest names in marketing is there are billions of sponsors out there, just go after every one of them. Of all these pieces of bad advice, that is the worst of the bad advice. If you go after every single prospect, you will chase your tail by going after companies that have no potential connection to you or your audience. You're wasting your time, you're wasting their time, and you don't have time to waste if you want to find a sponsor. So what do? You find that perfect sponsor who is looking for your audience. Remember, they want to make your audience their potential customers. That is not the entire world. That is not every company. You just need to do your research to find out the relevant ones to you, and you will increase your chances that you will find a sponsor. If this video was helpful, please like it or leave a comment below about how it was helpful for you. And if you want to start finding sponsors now, schedule time to speak with us about our sponsorship success method. And no matter what, I wish you success in your sponsorship journey.